Welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII fanfic, or Final Fantasy Kitasu's fanfiction of his own game. So, yeah, we no longer play Final Fantasy VIII. At this point, we're playing a fanfiction of it within the game itself.
Me, the matron. The man, I'm nervous.
It's okay. She stopped trying to kill us now.
There's so much we want to ask the matron. And by the way, and by the way, prepare yourselves because this plot is literally 30 minutes of exposition. So,
oh, boy.
Oh, God.
Hey, Sid!
Hey, asshole.
You've been reconvening with your
You haven't
wife.
shown up in a while.
Well, now that his wife is, I guess, good
Many
now.
thanks for your hard work, Squall.
So, do we get to see the touching reunion between Sid and his wife?
Nah. Are you angry with me? I don't blame you. All I do is talk big, but in times of trouble, I run away. Well, at least you admit it, you asshole.
Well,
How did you
that's a
even
good-
found the military academy if you have no experience?
So he can feel better about himself.
I was in a no-win
Well,
situation. Your defeat would be the end of you. Your victory would mean losing my wife.
Okay, what does he mean by that? Like, you know, technically our victory...
It is gonna explain everything, Jova. Don't worry.
Right, yeah.
I don't care about myself, but please forgive Idea.
Okay,
I mean, you running away kind of proves you do, kind of.
But yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
we're back at the
we
orphanage.
don't-
This is the orphanage where we grew up in, except as you can see, it's not exactly in the best of shape.
Dilapidated, yeah.
Also, yeah, like Pedro confirmed, we don't get to see the touching reunion between Sid and his wife. You know.
I love that Sid is just covering her up like she's hiding behind a pole.
Yeah, basically.
Where's Adia? Is she here? Is she there? She's behind you.
Well, is that like a thing from Dora the Explorer? Hey guys, help us find Idea in this picture.
Is she there?
All that's missing is the blue mouse cursor going click.
Alright,
Like seal. Oh, there we go.
Also, she's still wearing that outfit.
well, that's her apparently job, but that's her new outfit for nowadays, by the way. My children, here you are. I raised you as my own, yet still I...
That's the thing, though, Pedro. By the end of the game, she goes, you know, back to a different appearance.
Well,
so-
that's a past version of herself, but we'll get to that. We fought knowing very well you were our matron. That was the only chase we had left.
They made a vow, their mother to
Mother
be
will
found.
be found. Matron. Mother.
You are seeds. You cannot back out of a battle. I know. Except you could just,
I mean,
you know...
you help-
That's not the headmaster.
I think that I think Sonic and the Secret Rings by Roger put it best. I'm sorry, I don't have a choice. Of course you have. You could like not do it. Like at any time I may.
You may what?
Snap back.
Basically, she's gonna explain in a moment. Hold on, just hold on. Don't worry, everything will be explained in this part. Please listen to what Idea has to. Yeah, please listen to what Idea has to say, Dwibs. Who knows when she may be possessed again? I know I just spoiled everything by. Talking to Sid, but well, I wanted to showcase how if you talk to Sid during this bit, he will actually spoil the info that she's about to tell us. So, I have been possessed all this time. Dun dun
Yeah.
dun.
Yeah, you're
I was at the
yeah,
mercy
Jesus.
of Sorceress Ultimisia. Yes,
Okay,
everybody.
I'm gonna-
There's another sorceress behind this whole crap.
I'm gonna rant about this after the party's over, but I just say this is a terrible name for the English version.
Hold on. Ultimisia is a sorceress from the future. A sorceress. No, there you go, guys. Not only do we have a second sorceress behind the whole.
Bravo!
No. Yes, Shiro. Not only do we have a second sorceress behind this whole affair, that sorceress is from the future because this game wasn't convoluted enough, apparently.
Apparently,
Convoluted.
her objective is to find Ellone.
Yeah, Ultimisia is a very fearful sorceress. Her heart is filled with anger and hate, and as you know, anger and hate lead to suffering. Blah blah blah. Star Wars dialogue.
So, guys, let's imagine if Sephiroth wasn't, you know, even so much as brought up until, like, you know, the third disc. Okay, I know, Final Fantasy VII was only 3 discs long, but let's honestly imagine that, like, say in the middle of disc 2, suddenly Sephiroth is brought up and he's our main villain here and there. Don't get me wrong, Ultimecia has gone on to be a somewhat...
Alright, let me explain what she's saying, though.
To other
Yeah.
Basically, she's saying that Ultimecia wants Ellone, because, you know, as we know, Ellone has the power of sending people into the past, and she wanted to try to get Ellone, and as a result, she possessed, Idea took on Ultimecia's powers to protect Ellone, because the one that Ultimecia actually wants to possess in the past is actually Ellone, so she can use her powers. Why she wants to use her powers? I don't know,
Well, I think it's because she wants to get
it's a bit it's gonna be explained, I think, later in this very disc, not in this very part, a couple of parts from now. But ideally, she wants to create a state where time is technically stopping, and everybody has to worship her as a result, like a god.
Yeah, basically. She wants to take over the world,
guys,
basically.
And stop me if you heard this before. A Final Fantasy villain who has a god complex.
To be fair, this is quite an original take, at least for this.
And for as bad as it is, and for as bad as this is, Jova, I'll still take this over the incredibly overused thing that they do with the whole, oh, everybody's gonna die anyway, so might as well kill everything.
True, yeah. I mean,
Because even 9, for as much as I love 9, even 9 fell into that stupid stuff with Necron.
I will say this. Ultimecia is arguably one of the better things of this game. My only main issue is like, she kind of comes up like a little late into the plot.
Jova, important. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you know what's wrong with Rinoa?
There's a lot wrong with that girl.
Rinoa is the girl in light blue? Why would you describe her like that? I remember vaguely. What happened to her?
Because she barely knows Rinoa. She was with us when we fought you. After the battle, her body was cold. She didn't move, except for that weird ghost.
Well, Squall, normally that means... Yeah, did Rinoa die? Yeah, that's usually what happens, Squall, when the body is cold and move.
No!
No!
Forgive me, Squall. I don't think I can be of any help. Then what good are you then?
Thank you for your honesty then.
Oh, Pedro, she's gonna be of some help to the party.
Oh, absolutely.
Squall, I understand how you feel, but you are in a position of leadership for reasons that I have yet to understand. The other students at Garden have a right to know about the outcome of the battle and what's to come. So yeah, I'm gonna stay here, banging my wife. You go take care of my garden while I'm gone. Okay, thanks.
Wait, hold on, Sid, Sid, you're talking to me about keeping secrets, mister? Oh, by the way, my wife is the leader of this evil force trying to kill you all.
And I had to deal with a giant yellow octopus. But that isn't something a leader should... Fuck you! Fuck you!
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. See, even Squall is pissed off at this.
I'm in frustration.
Squall.
Ultimation's objective. Jova, you. I'm Sid and you're Squall. The Ultimation's objective is to find Ellone.
First time we met, the day I became a seed, we met again. Going timber.
He's talking about Rinoa. He's talking about Rinoa, basically. Ellone's mysterious power, sending one's consciousness back into the past.
I got it. This is
Hold on,
like using.
So Ultimecia wants to use Ellone's power, right? Go ahead.
We had a lot of arguments at first, but in time, things began to change.
No,
If this is using earlier quotes, why not have like an echo?
I'll read about this after it's done. I get it. Ultimecia wants to send her consciousness from this period further into the past. Yes!
To change the future! Oh my god!
What's she going to do in the past? Go ahead.
You were looking at me. You smiled when our eyes
You haven't earned this game. Time compression.
There you go. That's what she wants to do. The technical term.
Time compression.
It made me feel calm, tranquil. Okay, I'll give this game credit. It at least gets how time travel works in like Final Fantasy 13 too.
There you go.
Thanks for small favors, I guess. It's time magic. Past, present, and future get compressed.
Trust me.
What's going to happen to the world? Why do something like that?
No, give me another
Squall
from time travel.
Squall. You yourself were getting tired of her advances 2 parts ago. What happened?
I guess
Squall.
I guess to be fair, the mentality is essentially that, Squall.
The characters are getting all this case.
Java, you can make your point later. Hold on. Go ahead.
So basically, all we have to do is prevent Ultimecia from getting a hold of Ellone.
Yes, but
look, how hard could it be? We're going back to Garden. We have to let everyone know. Look, how hard could it be to beat another sorceress, okay?
Besides, Christus, I thought bots weren't for soldiers.
Then why don't you? Forget it.
Okay, and now, if I remember correctly...
Now Sid gets fired for gross misuse of duty and power.
I don't think Sid cares, Dwibs. He's got his hot wife back to bed.
Okay, yeah, you can...
He's banished from the realm.
I think this point works, Jova. Go ahead, what, make your point.
I think the idea is that Squall and Rinoa butted heads a lot, but Squall did grow to somewhat care for her. Sure, he didn't always show it, but he at least came to care and respect her enough, Obviously not something out of love. And yes, I know.
That's not love, Jova. That's Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my point. Not out of
Stockholm
love.
syndrome is when you fall in love with a captor, though. That's not quite...
Exactly, Shiro.
That's exactly it. Shiro.
Rinoa and the others has essentially trapped Squall into essentially having him hanging around with Rinoa all the goddamn time, even if he doesn't want to.
Not just that, Shiroi. Remember, as you yourself said, Shiroi, Rinoa has basically been very abusive to Squall on an emotional level. So yeah,
everyone has.
So that's basically what.
No, literally everyone has.
So basically, that ends the Stockholm syndrome that Theo was talking about. He's literally gonna be complacent with his abuser at this point.
Anyway, going back to what I was saying, story-wise, the way it's been was that Squall... I wouldn't say it's more like a case where Squall feels devoted to Rinoa yet, but he's at a point where they've gotten to know each other enough that he cares for her. Yes, they've butted heads a lot, but it's like he's never really had to show that he cares this much for Rinoa until this point where it seems like she could very much well be dead. It's kind of like, if you have a friend who constantly annoys you, but, you're still friends, but then when something bad happens to that friend, you obviously show feelings for them that you normally wouldn't. Like, normally you'd show annoyance, but then if, say, they're comatose, you probably would care for them in that sense.
And that would be fine if it was friendship, but no, the game wants you to believe that he's now all of a sudden in love with Rinoa. So
wait, hang on. Challenge Headmaster Sid to what? A game of chess?
Hell, even as a friendship, I'm gonna even argue that, Jova. Even as a friendship, even if they were going for the friendship thing, I wouldn't even buy that, to be honest with you, because, like I said, like you yourself said, most of the time when they're interacting with each other, it's just Rinoa abusing him emotionally, and Squall just kind of standing there not saying anything. So again, we just never saw them interact on a deeper level than that.
That's because all this plot does is give us beats, but nothing else.
Yeah.
Also, Squall, how can you tell that Rinoa feels cold when you have gloves on, boy? I mean,
Jova, pay no attention to the light behind the curtain. Literally, there's a curtain there, but
that's the bit. I mean, the least you could have done is maybe, I don't know, animate like a.
All right, that's fine. Go ahead, Jova. Out of this one.
You were so full of life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She was. Right. I will give her that. She was full of life. No. She did horrible use of her life, but
you pushed me off a cliff where I could have died.
Go ahead.
I want to hear your voice.
No.
Okay.
Jova.
This is like talking to a wall. Oh, the irony.
The irony.
Rinoa, call my name. Please, for once, don't be a dick about it.
I'm not even kidding. He collapses like that.
And he just collapses. There you go. His heart break.
You
see?
Because it's time for another Laguna sequence.
So let me get this straight. His heartbreak is so big, he faints. Damn.
Okay, not gonna lie. For as much as I do like the bits with Laguna here and there, it's points like these that really start to frustrate me, because starting now, the points with Laguna come up at the worst of times when the story is actually just starting to get interesting in the main stuff here. And like Pedro said earlier, did we really need another Laguna segment after that last one?
And anyway, look at that. Wore civilian clothing, make him look a lot like Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm going to basically, Jova. Well, okay, let me explain, Jova. From this point on, the primary reason for the existence of these flashbacks is to explain where Laguna is when we first meet him in the present. Because later on, Squall and Laguna are finally going to meet.
Yeah,
so
he's still alive. Actually.
So these flashbacks are going to explain how he got to that place where we're going to meet him later in the game. So there is still a purpose to these flashbacks, to be fair.
Also, for tonal difference, for tonal whiplash, we just had this scene where I know it's comical, but it's still Squall grieving over the potential loss of a comrade. We now pass to Laguna, wanted to be an actor for a movie.
Yeah.
Again, and I get it. It's a flashback, but maybe it might have been better to have this flashback happen, after we find Laguna and then show how he got to that point.
We could have done the same thing that happened between this 1 and 2 and start with this and then moving on from there.
Yeah, that would have been a better way.
But don't you see, Tio? We needed to show the characters falling asleep first.
Yes, Dwibs.
Is there a director character in this part?
Yes. You can be that guy.
Can I voice him?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Also, actually, no, it's going to become relevant, so I'll mention it later.
Okay.
There we go.
That's the thing. It's exactly like Teo said. My guess, Teo, here's Kitaze's logic, Teo. Again, keep in mind, this is me trying to figure out how Kitaze's brain works, so I know you have to, at the very least, indulge me on this.
This is a co-star playing the part.
Yeah, hold on. Let's just have this. Why not?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Go ahead, Dwibs.
All we need now is someone to play the dragon.
Get it? Because Final Fantasy VII had a sequence in a theater similar to this.
Only that was more charming.
Perfect. Hey, you two back there.
So basically, Laguna and company are on the set of a movie.
Remember, Teo, you're supposed to be mute right now.
Well, not necessarily mute, more like he cannot talk because, his vocal cords being received, so one thing can be still possible.
The guy playing the dragon ass is sick.
Brilliant.
Do you think you could put on the dragon costume and kind of just walk down here? I'll pay you.
You're not? Yeah, Christopher Nolan, you're not.
I guess so.
This just makes me wish I was playing that in time.
Alright. Okay, just be on standby over there.
That's the thing, Sherry. For a game called Hat in Time, there's no time traveling in that game.
Are there any hats?
Actually, there is.
Yes, a lot.
Well, okay, there is that one segment, but it's not really as much.
The whole MacGuffins Jova are the thing that propels head kids, but especially.
Okay, people, here we go. Scene 12, Death of the Sorceress.
Death of a traveling sorceress.
Ready? Action!
Even with the old time.
Oh, Sir Knight! Save me from this wicked dragon!
The wicked dragon.
Cue the wicked dragon. Okay, I'll save you from the dragon!
Also,
Really?
what kind of cheap production is this for the director to be the one having to hold his own camera?
Darn it, I'm getting all nervous. I guess his cinematographer quit, I don't know.
Jova, it's a school play.
Oh, that's important. Laguna is actually using a gunblade in this.
Oh.
And he doesn't know how to use it, so instead he's gonna adopt a particular stance.
Hey, not bad. I'll just put in some voiceovers. Okay, bring on the dragon.
Oh boy, here we go.
What do you mean it now?
Hey, come on, guys, the dragon.
Guys, that's your cue.
All right, here we go.
But
Wow, just like the real thing. Excellent heroes.
this is a classic. This looks like there's a real dragon. Laguna's up for a rude awakening.
Was the costume that big?
Whoa, Kira's and Mort are taking this seriously.
Pet it.
Okay, this is actually kind of funny.
That dragon is very polite to just anime. There you go. Notice the stance. Does it look familiar to you?
Yes.
This is because if you actually go to the library and talk to people also, you will learn that this movie is an actual fan favorite of Seifer, and that's where he learned to use that stance of the gunblade. Here's the problem, Laguna doesn't know to use a gunblade, so that stance is completely just for show-off. It is super hilarious.
So Seifer, in his ploy to try and seem badass, is taking cues from a guy who doesn't even know how to use a gunblade.
That's actually funny.
And this is why you don't hold your firearms back, sideways like we do in the movies.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I'm getting out of here.
Bye, director.
No, I gotta get out of here.
It's all yours.
Sister Sir Knight, I must bid you farewell. Bye.
Hey, don't just leave me here. But yeah.
Oh, Laguna, get out of this one.
But yeah, my guess too is, again, I'm trying to understand Kitaze's method. My guess is, after all the incredible, horrible tragedy of Rinoa being in a coma, we need something to lighten up the mood. So there you go. That's his logic, I'm assuming.
And yes, you have another minigame where you have to defeat the dragon with timed attack.
Alright, so the idea is square to defend, triangle to attack. So basically try your best to defend when you think you see the dragon about to lunge at you.
With this music in the background.
Yes.
This is
Yeah,
amazing.
this music.
This is the Dark
You didn't
Souls
edit
of
this
Final
music in from
Fantasy.
something.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
No, this is actually seriously the music playing. I get it that the segment is supposed to be comedic, but dudes, it's a freaking real dragon. You know, one of the things that Sephiroth took down in 7 to show just how badass he was, and yet now
I'm
here in this
guessing
game,
it's because this is the play music that they had, so... I mean, I'd like to imagine that they're actually hearing this.
Trying to do this via timing is really hard because the controls for this mini game are quite delayed. So here's what I recommend you do. Just defend, wait till he lunges at you and he will not hurt you because you're defending, and immediately attack after you finish off one of his attacks. Because
As you can also see, he deals quite the damage to you, so you're not allowed to take many hits.
yeah, so
you see, Cloud, it turns... Sorry, go on.
if you're gonna have a minigame like this, at least bother to make the controls responsive, jeez.
You see, Cloud, it turns out Sephiroth wasn't just that You see, Cloud, it turns out Sephiroth wasn't actually that powerful when he took down that dragon on your way to Nibelheim. Seems like even any doofus can take down a dragon.
Maybe this is either a baby dragon or slaying dragons.
To be fair, Laguna is a fully trained soldier.
But that's the thing, he has a weapon but has no idea how to use it. Remember, the gunblade takes a shit ton of patience and training to master.
Now's my chance.
And
This plot makes no sense.
I know, right?
Oh no, and by the way, this minigame is kind of pointless because you still have to fight the dragon, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. But Teo, it's minigames and shit.
I honestly don't remember if it changes the outcome, but let me check.
How did you get here? Like, seriously, you were there and now you're here? What?
You Sonic Unleashed quote.
Darn, stupid dragon. Where the heck are Kiros and Ward?
maybe they were eaten. Laguna, did you call me?
Ages ago.
Yeah!
Hmm.
Wait long enough? Here.
Switch.
Alright, time to kick some dragon butt!
He immediately changed out of his armor.
Alright, here we go.
He's that cool.
Here we go!
No, hold on a sec.
I don't even understand why the hell they gave you that option, to be honest with you.
This is more fitting music.
Maybe it affects your speed rating somehow.
If I remember correctly, when you start this tree, you're already fully healed anyway, so I don't think you need to go back and heal yourself. But whatever. Moving on.
No, it doesn't mention anything about the minigame, Gibby. But here's the interesting thing. If you actually go to the Shubi village that I did mention in one of the previous parts, and you actually read the Timber Maniacs magazine, Ward will not show up in this sequence for some reason.
Is that what?
This is because the Shubi village is slightly connected to Laguna's Flashback in a sense that he was like healed there. But I honestly don't remember right now why it changes this significantly. How the presence of water or not.
Again, I wonder if it implies that because he wasn't able or because you didn't find out he died in the past instead.
Let me put it this way, Jova. If they wanted to do a romance story. They should have done what Sakaguchi did when he wrote Final Fantasy IX. Actually have these two characters have their relationship build up gradually in a way that makes sense, rather than having a character go from not really seeming to all that interested, as Shiroi put at various times, to just going complete desperate that he may never see Rinoa again. The transition from one state to the other is way too abrupt and completely unbelievable. Anyway. So yeah, we defeated the dragon.
And of course, Laguna is tired.
What is that?
Alright, that structure in the horizon, that's a story for another time.
Yep.
I love how
No
the
more
music
plot
here-
points, please.
I love how this
Sorry,
music.
Shiroi.
I'm half expecting those captions you see in
I
Silent
can't
Hill
disconnect. I think that's Squall, actually. Go ahead.
What is
No,
this
that's what I thought of too.
connecting?
Dwarves.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot this is Ellone. I'll read it for you, Shiroi. Is it you, Squall?
No, it's
Yeah.
I'll read this one just for the sake of...
Do you know
Can-
Kung Fu now?
Connect is just what I call it. It's when I use my special power. Connect. Well, that's a very uninspired name, but whatever.
Wow, he
right.
has
How
women
about
harassing.
Connect?
He has women harassing him in his head now.
That...
Well, there's no more personal spaces.
Nope. That's
He's like an Ace. He is like an Ace Attorney, defense attorney.
Won't you?
Well, I don't know, Shiroi. Whenever Squall thinks, the rest of the environment doesn't go fully dark. So... Oh, I
But
know.
people know what he's thinking.
Oh, no, I must... Jova, that's you. Sorry. Oh, no, sorry, that's me. Ugh. Oh, I know, I must be asleep. That's why I can... Yeah, when Ellone is asleep, she can't control her power. Meaning, sometimes when she sleeps...
That's very dangerous.
I know, right?
Imagine being a poor sap who's having just a fine dream. The next thing you know, all of a sudden, this girl barges
Also-
in saying, "Oh, well, I'm sorry, I can't control my powers because I'm asleep." And imagine how awkward it is if it's a wet dream.
I'm sorry, Squall. Just let me use your spirit for a little while longer. No! Stop using my body for your fucking shit. That you yourself
You didn't
admit.
ask him permission in the first place.
Not just that, Shiroi. She herself admitted when we talked to her that you can't change the past. So again, all this crap she's putting Squall through is all for nothing.
Get out of my head.
Here we go.
Alright, go ahead. She ain't here either. Basically, Laguna was looking for Ellone, because remember, Ellone used to live with Laguna. If I may ask, what happened to this Ellone? She was kidnapped by Estar soldiers, which is something that we'll actually see for ourselves in a later flashback, so I don't know why you're showing us this now. I've been traveling, trying all I can to get inside Estar, but seriously, this scene should have been way
Pedro,
ahead in the
wrongly.
game.
No, this scene is set to put you on the path to get to Estar.
They were looking for a successor to the Estar sorceress, Adele. Yes, another sorceress, Shira. So we have three sorceresses. We have Idea, we have Adele, and we have Ultimisia.
Hold on.
Is she your daughter?
Sure. Why not?
Oh boy.
No, but she's just so cute. I wish I could hear her voice.
Huh.
Well, he is the closest thing she has to a father figure. So yeah.
Pretty much.
Which is funny, given other implications we get about certain parentage, but we'll get to that later.
Well, come on. Let's not assume the worst of Laguna. Come on.
Oh no! I mean,
No,
like,
it's
well,
not that. It's something else. I know what Joe is talking about.
yeah.
Is something the matter?
A lot
Everything.
of things.
Well, yeah, everything.
Let's
No, just the fairies. Oh my god.
Fairies, man.
Oh my god, now Laguna's got it too.
Well, he had them for a while now.
Go ahead.
I don't care if it's in the past or what. I want to hear Rinoa. I want to see Rinoa. Okay.
Squall, you can. I understand your situation, but please try to act like a fucking adult.
Now that Squall's
Maybe a chance.
talking
Well,
more, I want him to shut up so badly.
To be fair to you, this is in his mind, so technically
Oh,
he's
hold
not
on, Jova.
outwardly
I'm
honest.
gonna have to mention this. You can't change the past. I just found that out, which means I have literally been using your body for absolutely no useful purpose whatsoever.
Really,
But yeah.
see.
So there you go, Shiroi. Not only has she been without permission using Squall's body for this crap. She herself knows it's useless, and yet she keeps doing it.
Well, that's the thing, Pedro. Not just Squall's body. Remember, Squall and the party's body.
Yeah, exactly. When I was kidnapped, Uncle Laguna went on a journey to find me. But now that I think about it, maybe it's for the best that he leaves me to die, because I happen to be an incredibly abusive bitch too. Seriously, it's a single. Seriously, why is every character in this game a complete asshole? Yes, Jova.
Okay. If I had known better, how interesting would it have been if it turned out the plot twist was that Ellone was Ultimecia all along, and it turns out she's actually the villain to all this, because what she's doing is some pretty screwed up stuff, and I mean, I feel like
I still think the other sorcerers is at least related to some of the party. I don't know.
No, that's the thing, Shiroi. I've got. Don't worry. I can say this without spoiling anything. Ultimecia and Adele, Shiroi, have nothing to do with Squall and the others. They're completely unrelated to them.
Okay. Aldel definitely. Ultimecia is a bit more complicated, but that has to be reserved for the very ending of the game.
Well, I know what you're referencing to, but that one is just.
That's the problem. It's a thing that tries to connect it to the ideals of the very first Final Fantasy about a never-ending cycle, looping constantly. But again, that's a story for
anyway, Rain kept calling out for Laguna, so no matter what, I wanted Laguna to stay in the village. Basically, like I've said before, Ellone is also a shipper, and she's been trying her best to ship Laguna with either Rain or Julia, just one of the two. Basically,
so that Uncle Laguna can have someone.
Yeah. And to her credit, eventually she does succeed at that, I guess. So,
honestly,
but without Squall, for the record, Squall wasn't involved in his eventual marriage. But go ahead, Shiroi. Yes.
Like, considering like this has clearly all been going on for a while, I kind of don't blame Squall for kind of defaulting to the state of whatever.
This is what I mean about. This is what I mean about Squall. The more you venture into the plot, the more you start to realize, maybe this guy is the way he was for a reason.
Like, he's just so...
Hold on, I have to read this. I'm sorry, Squall. I'm about to disconnect. What? This is for like a phone call or something? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Squall. My Skype connection is really low, so I need to disconnect. Seriously, what the fuck? I'll try again to speak to you.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Ellone, maybe you can tell me, Squall, where you are so we can find you or something, so as to not prolong the plot or something? Maybe you can tell me?
I think we're gonna do.
That's Ellone.
The lesson here, everybody, is don't use Skype to connect to another person's mind. There you go.
That's very
It
rude.
really screws them
not
up.
been optimized for that right now.
Give it several decades, maybe.
Again, Ellone, why didn't you just tell Squall what was going on? She had the perfect opportunity to, but nope, I'm sorry, I gotta disconnect.
Oh, here you go, Jova.
No,
go ahead.
I can see you if we go back in time. Maybe even change things.
Oh my god.
Oh, Ellone! Okay, you know what? I'm going back to my theory that Squall is actually Sephiroth, because, just replace Ellone.
Go ahead.
Honestly, seriously, just replace Ellone with Mother, and you pretty much have...
And then Dr. Kawagi enters the room and like, oh my, let's sedate him.
So yeah, Squall, I think, is gonna be crazy now.
Go ahead.
Ellone, you won't answer me. I know she's on the white seat. That was ages ago.
That's the problem, Jova. That's where we're going, actually.
Okay, fair, fine enough. It's the only thing we have. It's not like
white seed. Ew.
Maybe a day would know the whereabouts of the ship. Okay.
Richard, when you translated this part, couldn't you rework it when it worked a bit better?
Look, hey, look, I was told to translate the main concepts accurately, okay? I don't write this crap, I just translate it.
It's funny because it's a good segue to my rant since the party's over. Ultimecia, that is a very, very stupid name for the English version. Why? The actual romanization of the name is Arutimecia, which is actually how it's pronounced also for their appearance in the Dissidia games. Here's the problem. First, let me get the things out of the way. For the English and French version is called Ultimecia, which mostly rough translates to ultimate, which would make sense, considering she's like an ultimate being, ultimate sorceress in this case. So it does give, an importance to it. The Spanish translation of her name instead is Artemisa, but it's closer instead to the original meaning of the name, and I will get in a second. And it's derived also from Artemis, the Greek goddess of, the hunt, the childbirth, virginity, forest, and the moon. The Italian and German translation instead actually have what in my opinion is the more accurate name, a more actual direct translation with the original meaning, Artemisia. Why? Because it's referred not only to a poisonous plant, but also to several historical women who occupied positions of power, and a couple of them also were accused of witchcraft. Sounds familiar? Also, in Italian culture, Artemisia is also a typical sorcerer's name because stereotypes. So here's the thing. When Square created the character, it's pretty much, a given that the way the name was pronounced, the name was supposed to be pronounced Artemisia, was supposed to be essentially a Japanization of that, Artemisia. The problem is that when actually written, not in kanji, but in Roman characters, it's read Ultimisia, similar to how Golbets is instead runs it into Gorubasa. So I get the idea when Richard and his team got on the name, they probably did not know what to do or did not have enough knowledge of it, so they said, let's just call her Ultimisia. So Laguna is the name where you actually change it from the original meaning, but not this one. This is just kind of dumb. I'm sorry, and sadly it's not gonna think that's not gonna end with this one. This is the biggest example of the entire game, but sadly the protagonist of Final Fantasy IX was kind of hit by this as well. But that's a story for another time.
Indeed. All right. So so for everybody, before we cut off. Or rather, sorry, as Ellone would put it, before I disconnect this part, let me sum up this. Here's the basic gist of it, Shiroi. How is this going to be? Disc 1 is basically, this game is weird. Disc 2, this game is insane. Disc 3 is Kitase going, but how can I make it more insane?
I also have to point this out, guys. So, guys, our hero's goal now is to essentially mess with the boundaries of time, which is, kind of what the villain is trying to do as well, but it's okay, because we're the good guys. I assure you, we're totally not insane.
Not just that, yeah. Not just that, Shiroi. Again, allow me to remind everybody. I know I've said this before, but I must emphasize this again. Free. Count 'em. Free sorceresses involved in this tangled, fucking convoluted mess of a plot. Did we really need this? Like, seriously, talk about making the plot confusing. First, you had this build-up sorceress idea as the primary antagonist. Then you not only introduce Ultimisia, and right after Ultimisia, you don't even wait before you introduce the third one. You introduce Adele right after Ultimisia. In just 30 minutes, we introduce 2 new sorceresses. They're involved in all of this crap. It's not like this makes the plot unnecessarily convoluted or anything. Like, seriously. And like I said, so here's the basic gist of it. Like I said, Disc 1, this game is weird. Disc 2, this game is insane. Disc 3, but how? And it's Kitase going, but how can I make it more insane? And Disc 4, Shiroi, I like to call, fuck it, I'm off the rails now. So
okay. I'll just say this: Adele may as well be the equivalent to the Purple Society from Indigo Prophecy, with how little the game seems to care about her, despite her supposedly being a major threat.
There was clearly a point in time in the writing of the script where someone should have said stop, and nobody did.
No. Instead, they said, you know what? We're insane. But let's keep going to
like I said, Joe. It's what I nicknamed Disc 3. But how can we make it more insane?
For your daily reminder, Xenogears has to suffer for this.
Yes, Xenogears lost its full potential for this. Was it worth it? Was it?
Absolutely not. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.